Hello, my PC students. I have done a few things on this document already. It's called XX Annual Commission Calculation, but I was worried that I might be short on time. So I opened it up, I've saved it, and you know how to save it. I also put in the heading here, Commission, Bonus, and Bonus 1. All right, the first thing, this document is going to be about if statements, but after we do the if statements, then you're going to learn sum if and count if. So let's do the if statements first. And your first one is your basic one, which is equals if. And your question says that if your sales are over 100,000, then the employee will receive a commission of $1,500. Otherwise, put a 0 in the cell. So we want to say if our sales are more than 100,000, no commas, no dollar signs, then if that's true, we get 1,500. Otherwise, we get 0. Close your parentheses, and this person got 0. So drag it down. Don't include the total, obviously. And I'll put total here so that you don't do that. All right, and you see that only 3 people got bonuses. All right, save it. Now, or got a commission. Now, for a bonus, you will get use an if statement to calculate a bonus. If their annual sales are more than 100,000, the rate will be 1.5% of their total sales. Otherwise, place a 0 in the cell. Reference the amount. All right, so I'm going to copy bonus, and I'm going to put it down here, and I'm going to reference it 1.5%. All right. Okay, so we want to say equals if our sales are more than, and it didn't say equal to, it said just more than 100,000, comma, if that's true, then you get a bonus of 1.5%. All right, so you're going to take your sales times your bonus of 1.5% and press F4 to make it absolute. Otherwise, you get 0. Close your parentheses, and now no bonuses, and the bonuses should only be beside the people who are over the 100,000, and that's exactly what you got. Okay, save your work. Now the last bonus should be that it says, add a bonus 1, which we've got. Use an if statement to calculate a bonus so that if sales exceed 150,000 this time, an additional bonus of 5% on all sales over 150,000 is added. Otherwise, place a 0 and reference the 5%. All right, I'm going to copy bonus 1 and paste it here and reference it 5%. Okay, so this time it said that we have equals if, open our parentheses, and it said if the sales, okay, if your sales are more than, and this time 150,000, comma, then you get a 5% bonus on everything over the 150. So that means we have to take your sales minus 150. All right, take your sales minus 150 because you're going to get paid on anything that's over the 150,000. All right, and times, and you get that times 5%, absolute. Otherwise, you get 0. All right, close your parentheses and press enter. So there's not going to be many people that are going to get a bonus because we've only got one person over 150,000. All right, so let's have a look. So we have one person that got their bonus of 5% on their sales over 150,000. Save your work. Next, we are asked to calculate the total amount of commission and bonus. So let's go here and put in total. And Now, we want the sum. Remember, you don't get paid for your sales. So the sum of, you want your commission and your 2 bonuses. All right? And some people got nothing, so that would be hard work. And some people got lots. All right, so let's take our paintbrush and paint here the beginning of the column. Remember, accounting format will give you the hyphens. And then pick up this one with no $sign. And paint the remaining ones down here. Okay, now if we want to calculate the amount that we paid out in bonuses, we could, whoa, this should have been an alt equals total amount. All right, and then I could drag this across so that I can total everything here. So we got the total for bonus 1, and the final total that was paid out. All right, so let's save your work. And now you're to something new, okay? And it says in cell, C16. Well, I guess that's okay. I don't know why we wouldn't put in B16. I would say I would change that, should be B16, but that's okay, we can do that. And so now it says put in a count if statement, and this is the first time you've used it. So maybe, number of points, so put in equals count if. Now open your parentheses and look. It says what's the range you want to count, okay, and what's the criteria that you want to have. So you want to count the number of employees who had sales over 100,000. So the number of employees would be A5 down to A13. That's your employees, right? Now, comma, and it says, what is the criteria? The criteria is more than 100,000. Now watch, use your quotation marks, put your more than 100,000. And the reason you had to use quotation marks is because this more than symbol is a character. It's not a number. So you've got to put it in quotation marks because the computer cannot read it otherwise because it is a character. All right, close your parentheses and press enter. And the number of bonuses, oh, what did I do here? Whoa, I made a mistake. Hold on. It said count who had the number of bonuses. I took the wrong range. Well, that's okay. All we have to do is change this. Count the number of people that got bonuses. So I will evaluate, I guess, this column, bonus 1. That isn't right. It didn't say bonus. Who had sales? Pardon me. Whoa. Sales. Who had sales over 100,000. All right. So B5 to B13 that were more than 100,000. All right. Press enter. And you had 3 people that were more than 100,000, and you can see that. So that's your count. That's different. Now, this time it says, use a sum if statement to sum all sales that are over the 100,000. So equals sum if. Open your parentheses. Again, now this time, what is the range? Is my range that I want to sum is from B5 down to B13. That's the range I want to sum. All right, now, comma, what is my criteria? Remember, it says more than 100,000, so I need quotation marks, more than 100,000, and quotation marks, comma. And now, this is the sum range. Well, in this case, our evaluation range was the same as the sum range. And so just select it again, because that's your sum range, because they were the same. Not always are they the same, but in this case, yes, they were. So close your parentheses and press enter. All right, and now we want to format that. So click on your paintbrush and format it. And if we added 112, and 112 is 224, and 75 makes 100, so 400 would be just about right. Okay, so with the sum if then, it asks you for it asks you for the sum, the range to be evaluated. It doesn't say that, but it would be really nice if they did, but they don't. This is the range to be evaluated. Here's the range we had to evaluate. Then, how was our criteria? Over 100,000. And what was the sum range? You can always figure that one out because it has to be values that you can sum. All right, and with your count if, it says count if, and what range do we want to count? We want to count the sales and that are more than 100,000. So that's always a pretty easy one. You won't have trouble there. Okay, save your work and we'll stop there.